Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Alex Builds. Today we have got part 10 of our Revel Into Darkness Enterprise build. So stage 10, we're going to be doing quite a few steps in this. We're going to basically get all the warp nacelles done, all the back of the ship done today. Let me show you all the parts that we're going to be doing in this one. So basically what we're going to be doing is, if we get to the page, we're going to be doing this part here where we're going to be adding the window into where we didn't do that last time, so we're going to add the window into the top section of the saucer and the dome also as well. We're also going to be adding like the little observation deck and everything like that, but yeah, we're going to concentrate on the warp nacelles first. So loads of painting and everything to be done. So this section here where we've got this, where we are going to be putting that on, but we're going to attach the warp nacelles first and then put that on. We're going to be making this part up here. This is where the actual lights are going to be in there, and they're going to be spinning. So you've got a few bits to connect onto that. I've already spray painted this in the clear blue. I've started adding the white details onto there. We're going to add a decal onto it, and we're going to be fixing them parts together. But this is the part that's going to have our LEDs in there, so we're going to have to drill that part out. Now we've got loads of clear pieces that we also have to add to the warp nacelles. I've spray painted all of these in the clear blue. And this part here I've also painted with the back in black because it says to do it in the black. So yeah, we're going to glue all these in, and the little light that goes at the top here and at the back, I've already painted that in the clear blue as well. So we're going to glue all them down on one side, and then on the other side we can do exactly the same, and we can fit the two parts together with all our electrics inside before adding the last couple of details, which is these two parts here. So we're going to be attaching our warp nacelles a little bit differently. I've already attached one on one side. I've already completed one warp nacelle, attached it to one side. But we're going to do this one today, get it attached on there, and we're going to be attaching the back of the main secondary hull in there as well today. Get that all done so we can start getting our wiring in the main hull up here. So as you can see guys, I do want to get quite a lot done in this video. I want to get all the warp nacelles finished, get all the wires, the cables, everything in there, all soldered up. The spinning nacelle bazzards, I want them in today. And yeah, basically all of the secondary hulls sealed up and ready for, get the warp nacelles ready for decaling. And then we can basically move on to the saucer section, probably maybe towards the end of this video, or definitely at the beginning of the next video. We'll start getting all the lights and that in there, and we can seal that up, and then it's just decaling after that. So we're getting close to the end. That's why I've got the shelf up ready up here. So yeah, let's get the parts on the table and start building. Okay, so we've got all the parts for our warp nacelles here. These are all the little window pieces like that shine out of here. So we've got these bits that go here, which are these pieces here. It also curls round the curvature on this part here. We've got a little part we need to put in here, which is here. We've all spray painted all of these in, apart from this one, spray painted all of these in the clear blue spray paint that we've got, and then I went over them, and this one I hand painted on. I'll put a little video just up here just so you can see. I hand painted this one, all the details onto that, and this one here, and this one here as well. So we left the top clear on that one, so that's going to sit just in there onto there like that. So we're going to be building this up today, and this one here. So we're going to start with this one. I'm just going to use regular old super glue just to put around here, just to tack it in, and then I'll fix some modeller's glue to it later. So we can slide this in, holding that onto there. That's going to bond that to that for us, just like that. Okay, so the next parts we're going to need is this one here and this one here, and this is going to go just onto here. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue onto here as well. We've got some tabs down here that we're going to be using to help us locate it into the right place. So I'm just going to drop this one. There's also a tab in the center as well. So I'm just tacking it with this super glue just to help get it into place, and then I'll go down with the modeller's glue after and properly seal it in. So just like that. So we've got a tab here and on the opposite side, and just down here as well there's a tab. So I've just tacked them in onto there. That's going to hold that in the place we want it, just like that. And now we can leave this to dry in the corner over here, because we're not going to use that for quite a while at the minute. So we've got these two parts here, and which one are we going to use? I'm going to start with the one with this part on. So this one we can put to the side. This one we're going to glue everything down onto it. So at the back we've got this groove part here, just at the back here. I'm going to put some modeller's glue in this groove all the way through it, just like that. And we can take our rear light, and this has also got a tab to help us locate it in the right place, which is located just there. So I'm going to leave this to dry here. We've also got some pieces that we can put in. So you can either use super glue or modeller's glue, it doesn't really matter, but some people prefer to use modeller's glue for these. I'm just going to use regular old super glue because I don't see why not. So these parts are directional, and you can put them in the wrong way. So as you can see, they have like a curvature, an angle put on them, so if you put it the wrong way, the angle will be the wrong way. So that's that one in there now. So we can do the same on this one. Put the other window piece in here. Just there. So now we can leave this piece to dry over here. And bringing back this piece, we're going to put this little part on here. This does have a tab on it to help us locate it on, which is just on here. So we can do exactly the same. Put some glue round this edge onto the tab around here, and then we just drop our part on, give that a hold for a few seconds, and there we go, that's that in there as well. It's going to sit located on the tab, just in there. It's going to sit just like that. So when we put the two parts together like this, it's going to be sat just there. We turn it over, we've got these two here. This one we're going to put it on, which is this one here. We'll get put on once we've sealed this together, so we can put that one to the side. We're not going to use that for a while. And yeah, so in here we have two different types of these. So we've got the longish one with like the pointy edge. That's the one that's going to go in first, so we can put them in. So this one will go sort of down here into there, sort of like that. So let's get some more glue on there. So a little dab on each one. And now we can drop this one into place onto here, making sure we start at the last one. And then just using a screwdriver or something, we can push that into place and make sure it's fully seated in while the glue dries, and that will grab it, and that's going to make it so it's blue underneath there. You can just see them in these three parts here. These ones don't have any in yet, so we can get them in now, which we're going to use these ones. So we can do exactly the same as what we did for there on the rest of them. So you get something that looks a little like that on the other side. So here we've got the windows in now. So the last one we're going to do on this side is going to go here, and this is like the curvature piece that comes around here. So for that one, it's this one we're going to use. So let's get some more glue on here and around this edge here. And this is just going to drop into place onto here. Can be quite fiddly getting it in. That's going to sit something like that. Just in there. Just like that. It's a little tab just on there that's going to lock onto this notch here. So there we go. That's that one in. So now we can do exactly the same with the other side and put these in on the other side. Just like that. Now we've got all of them in there. So when we put them together, we're going to have something that looks like this. So this side will go like that. And just like that. And with this part that we made earlier, this is going to be seated in here as well. So we can actually go ahead and glue this in if we want. This is going to go in here. We've got these grooved cutouts, as you can see down here. Make sure that this part sits in the groove. That's what the grooves are for. It's to be designed to sit like that, and it'll grab it like that. And then when we put the opposite side on, actually we'll just glue it in. We can glue it in. So we'll glue it this side. This is the side I'm going to be working with. Then take your part, and this can go in here. Locate the light in the top first. I found that easier, and the rest should fall into place. So let's get the tab in. There we go. That's that in there. So give it a good push, squeeze it right up against it, because we want as much space to be taken up now. So we put them together. We're going to get this effect at the front, just like that. Pretty cool, huh? This is where our wires are going to come down through these two tiny little holes just here. So the wires are all going to come down. So this is the part we're going to be working on in the thing. So now we need to get some soldering done. And the only part left to go inside that is this part here, which is going to have all our LEDs in there. So we're going to solder up our LEDs. Okay, so I used my helping hands, and what I've done is I have put a resistor on the 3mm LEDs, and I've done that 8 times. And what they're going to do is they're going to go inside this part here. So with the negative part facing towards the center, we can push these through one by one all the way around. It's important to have the negative part in the center for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine all of the negative ends together. So keep going all the way around until you've got them all inside. Just like that. You should have something that looks a little like that. It does look a bit of a mess, but that's the only bit you're going to see. This part here. So this is going to go in here eventually. Get thingied on to the back of that, and that's where our lights are going to go through into there. So this part we need to get some wires on it. So we want it to turn in towards the Enterprise. So this one is the one that's going to go on the left hand side. So we want it to one to go clockwise, one to go anti-clockwise. So this one we want to go anti-clockwise. So we want this one here to be number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. They're the only 4 we want to worry about so far, and we're just going to wire on the positive terminals just like that. So that leaves us with 4 down this side that we haven't wired up yet. So these are going to be jumped across to the opposite side. So number 1 will go to here, number 2 to here, number 3 to here, number 4 to here. So we're going to need some more wire for this. So here's some I've prepared earlier. So after that you should have something that looks a little like that with some wires jumping across there just like that. So now what we can do is bend these out of the way and grab all of the ones from the inside, which is all the negative ones, bend them in, and we're going to twist them round. This is going to keep everything nice and neat for us in the center like that. Now we can bend these back in a little, making sure they don't touch the negative wires. So we've got something that looks a little like that, a little messy, but it works. So now we need the negative wire to come off of that. So I'm just going to wrap this one round all of these. Just like that. And then we can just solder this one on, and that's this part complete for now. Just like that. And this will go into here like that. The wires then going to be fed down through this channel here. Okay, so I've done quite a bit to the water nacelle since the last shot. The reason for that is because I forgot to turn the camera on when I was doing it. So I'm just going to show you around what I've done. So the part that we made is here. We've got all the wires coming down, and they're fed down from here through this little hole just here, coming out the other side and going down here. We've also put 2 blue light strips in there, and they're going to be powered from down here as well. We've also put the warp engine light down here, held in with a little bit of cardboard to try and block the light out from these 2 light strips. We glued it all in, and we're just going to clamp that onto there, and we're going to leave this overnight probably, just for the glue to take to that. And then we're going to do the saucer section, carrying on with our lights, getting our lights in here. Okay, so that is now attached onto there. It's nice and dry, and yeah, we just got to sort out all these wires in here at the minute. So what we're going to do is the blue wire that comes down from this warp nacelle, we're going to connect it to this warp nacelle, and we're also going to put a cable of wires down here that connects onto them. So let me show you the cable of wires that I'm talking about. So this is the warp nacelle circuit board that we built, and as you can see, we've got our power inlet here and our 4 pins coming onto there. It comes down here, and I fed it down this straw to here, where we're going to have all of them connect on to the same colour wires. So all we need to do is feed this down into there. So we're going to twist the end, so all of the wires are together. And then we're going to feed this down through this hole here, and it's going to come out the bottom here. But before we do that, we're going to tidy up down here, and we're also going to feed this cable down, which is going to be for our lights at the back here. So let's start tidying up these wires in here. So I've got brown, that will go to brown, so I'm going to sit here and connect all these together. So now let's feed this wire down here. So we've got to get past all these wires down here. So I'm just going to move these to the side, push it to the side of our circuit board that we've got down here, and keep feeding it through. It should come out the other end just like that. So now we've got this here, I'm going to untangle these, and the green is going to go to green, brown to brown, black to black, orange to orange, blue to blue. So I'm going to get these all connected up and solder these together, just like so. They're a bit wobbly at the minute, that's because we haven't got the support in here, and so we're going to put that in, and we're going to put the outside on here. So we're going to put the outside on first, so we'll just put this here, and move these clamps out of the way. I'm going to bring in our other side of our warp nacelle. We're going to put glue all the way down here. So let's get our modeler's glue, and we're going to put it all the way down this seam here, getting it on the pegs as well. We don't have to put any modeler's glue here because there is a gap here, so we don't have to put it there. But everywhere else, apart from on each end here and here, we don't need to put any there either. but just make sure you get all the pegs all the way down. Right, okay, so I've got some glue all the way down there, and now all we have to do is fit this to this part here. So I'm going to slide that onto there. And clamping it together, just like so. So I'm going to put some masking tape around this in a minute just to keep this on, but I want to get the middle in here as well. So we're going to get that. And as soon as we're finished in this area, we can now put this part on. So I'm going to apply some glue to this as well. Just like that. So I've put some tape here. I've glued all the way in there. I've put some tape here to hold this down. And yeah, I've taped all the warp nacelles together to hold them together. And yeah, I'm trying to get the seams as tidy as I can. If I try and flip it over for you, you may see. Let me support that from underneath. Just sit that down there. Here on this one, I've already tidied this seam up. I'm going to have to do the same here. This is probably the worst seam I've had here. So I'm going to have to tidy that one up. Once it's done, there's just no closing that gap down on there. So I'm just going to leave this like this, upside down to dry for a few hours. So there we go, that's the warp nacelles on. And we've got this on as well. We've tidied up the seams here and here. And as you can see, it's looking a lot better. So there's a couple more bits we can do to the back of the warp nacelles, and that is add this little strip just here. And this is going to sit just in here, just like on this side here. Let me move this back so you can see. And up here we've got a little bit that's got to go on there. We're going to put that up there as well. So we get some glue for this. You can use super glue to glue the blue bit in. So I'm just going to put a couple of dabs just here. I'm going to run it down. Now we can take our part. It does have a bump one side and it's smooth the other. We want the side with it smooth facing up, so the bump side is going to go down into there, just like that. Now we can take our modeller's glue, and that's going to help it adhere onto here. So we can just drop this on here, just like so, and we just leave that to dry, and we can move on to the next part. So that we've got to put all the decals on this, but I'm going to do that when it's finished. And also I've got to do the light strip. So I'm going to do the light strip on here next. I'm going to solder on all these little light strips onto here. So now I've soldered up a light strip, and I've got 6 of these all wired up together. And now I just have to stick these down in front of the windows. So we've wired up our light strip. This is going to light up all the windows on the inside of here. And yeah, so basically it goes from one to the other, continuous strip all the way around. I've also wired up this, made a little white strip. This is going to be for our navigation lights. So I'm going to put this in, and that is that one installed in there as well. So I think we're going to leave this one here this week. I'm going to, in time for next time, I'm going to hot glue all this down, have all the connectors in, and then we're going to hot glue these down onto here somewhere. Ready, so we've got all 3 of them to go on. So we've got that one which is for our warp nacelles, this one which is for our strobe and nav, so that's going to go somewhere, and we've also got this one for our warp and impulse, which is going to go somewhere else as well. So we'll probably fix all them in next week, but for now we're going to leave this here. When we come back next week, I would have hot glued all this in. There you go guys, that's part 10 complete. Yeah, we got all the warp nacelles done, all the back of this secondary holes all sealed up now. It's all ready and raring to go. We just need to concentrate on the main hole of the saucer section. So I'm going to get these lights that we just put in and get them all hot glued down ready for next time, and I'm going to also hot glue down the circuit boards that we've been making. So I'm going to get all that installed ready for next video. So basically the only thing we need to do is concentrate on the top of the saucer section, get that ready, and yeah, then it's just sealing it all up and decaling. So yeah, that video will be out tomorrow because I have been working on it. That'll be out tomorrow. So if you like this video guys, please leave a like down below, and if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Till next time guys, take care, bye bye.